Hi guys, welcome to Rev. First, please do subscribe my channel to get instantly updated with the reviews I'm providing with. And in today's video, I'm going to review one of the top selling scooters in India currently. And yes, in fact, it's the TVS NTORQ 125. And we have an array of products in the scooter segment. And friends, the scooter segment is almost doing really well in the Indian market currently. And Activa is one of those motorbikes which had been one of the top selling scooters ever since its launch. And well, we'll now get our hands on to the TVS NTORQ 125. Let's Well, my first impressions of the TVS NTORQ 125, I was totally I like the bike, I like the scooter very much. The TVS NTORQ is one stylishly crafted machine, and TVS says that it's an aircraft inspired design. And well, it's an amazingly crafted scooter. And be it the digital instrument console, the LED tail light, the engine kill switch, the rotor pedal disc brake, everything makes the NTORQ a must-have scooter. But friends, let's get away with the design. The design can be good for a month or few months or so. And what is more important than the design? It's the engine and the performance. And let's see how it performs. Let's see how the engine performs. Is it really good? Is it performing well? Is it performing better? Or is it not up to the mark? And let's decide in the upcoming segment. Come on. The TVS NTORQ is powered by a 124.9cc 4-stroke air-cooled engine. It produces a maximum power of 9.4 bhp at 7,500 rpm and 10.5 Nm of torque at 5,500 rpm. And performance wise, it's really good. At the initial stages there are a bit wobbles, but when you cross the 20-30 mark, it performs really well. And I love the engine sound. It's revving perfectly. The throttle response is amazing, and I totally like the scooter very much, and it's amazing. And it is a CVTi rev engine, and as I already said, it is performing really well. And there are two modes. One is the eco mode and the other one is the power mode. The power mode switches on automatically when you hit the throttle hard. And I don't see any kind of a difference between the eco mode and the power mode. And I was able to reach a top speed of 97 kilometers per hour. Well, TVS in fact says it has 95 as the top speed. But I'm very sure it can go even up to 105 kilometers per hour, as there are not even a single vibration in the vehicle. And the NTORQ, which rivals the Aprilia SR125 and the Honda Grazia, it competes very well in terms of performance and speed, and the overall power delivery is very good. And overall, it is a well crafted machine with a very good performing engine, and I love it. And well friends, in this segment I'm going to take you through with the other specifications of this bike. We have seen the engine, and we have had the first impressions, and now we'll see what the other specifications are, how it's performing, and how good the scooter really is. And it has a telescopic front shocks and the hydraulic shocks at the rear. The suspensions, I would say, are not great, but certainly does well and gives comfort to both the rider and the pillion. And the 220mm front disc brake, it does well to reduce the speed of the bike in an instant, and it's combined with a very good drum brake at the rear. And braking, in fact, could have been a little better when compared to its rival, the SR125, which has the same combination of braking system, but it does well in the corners, and it performs really well. And the foot pegs are looking cool. The exhaust, in fact, gives some joy to the rider, as it produces a sound which gives a racy feel to the rider. And when the throttle is hit hard, it gives an amazing sound which each and every rider will love. And the tires are decent, and it gives a good grip to the rider. And well friends, we are almost done with the other specifications of the and other features of the scooter, and now we'll look on to the more coolest thing in the bike. And it's one of the best thing I have seen in a scooter, and I love it, and it's nothing but the digital instrument console. And let's go friends. And the digital instrument console in the NTORQ is yet the most coolest and better looking one when compared to the SR125. And the SR125 has an analog console, but the NTORQ, which has an all digital instrument console, it looks cool and I love it. And I'm enjoying riding the scooter, friends, and it's amazing. And and in fact, the NTORQ's meter console is the best I've seen in a scooter, and it has a whole lot of features. It has a top speed recorder, it has Bluetooth, the fuel gauge, the trip meter, it shows the time, and it has a lap indicator. And we can also have two different modes. One is a street mode and the other one is a sport mode. The sport mode is where we can record the top speed, and we can set lap timers and everything. And apart from the digital instrument console, the engine kill switch, I'm just looking at the engine kill switch as a very good thing in a scooter, and the SR125 doesn't have it though. And the winkers are good, the headlight is decent, and the LED tail light is super cool. And overall, every other feature adds to the beauty of this beautiful machine, and I love it. Okay, and we have seen it all. We have seen the first impressions, and we have actually seen the engine performance and what the other specifications are, and the coolest digital instrument console. And now we have to look at the pros and cons of this scooter, whether we have to buy it and whether it really performs well. And friends, first up, the pros. I would say that it is the stylishly crafted design, and that looks amazingly perfect for me. And the instrument console, it does very well, and I love it. And it has a Bluetooth and a mobile charging port, and which is also very essential for the rider. And the front disc brake, the rotor pedal disc brake, it gives good comfort to the rider. And the engine performance overall is really well, and the power delivery is too good with the horsepower, which has a good horsepower, and I love it. And it has a very good throttle response though, and we cannot see a very good throttle response in scooters, but the TVS NTORQ does it very well. And we have had the pros and the positives, and now we'll come on to the cons, the negatives, and see what can be done or what could have been done to improve this beautiful machine. And the fuel capacity, in fact, could have been a little better. It has a 5-liter fuel tank capacity, but it could have been a little better when compared to the SR125, which has a 6.5-liter fuel tank. But still, it could have been a little better. Say, for example, a 6-liter fuel tank would have been much better. And the seating doesn't give good comfort to both the rider and the pillion, and it's not too comfortable. It could have been a little wider, and a broader seat would have been much better. And wobbling at the initial stages, and when you ride the scooter at 0 to 20, it wobbles at the initial stages, but when you cross the 20-30 mark, it really performs well, and the overall performance is actually really good. And then now we'll go on to the final verdict, friends, and whether to buy the scooter or is it performing really well, and my overall opinion on this TVS NTORQ 125. And well, friends, now we have come to the final segment of the video, the verdict. My personal opinion about the TVS NTORQ 125, whether to go for it and whether to go for some other scooters. And here is my final opinion. The NTORQ is no doubt a beautifully crafted 125cc scooter. It has some cool features, and like the instrument console, the top speed recorder, the engine kill switch, the rotor pedal disc brake, everything adds to the beauty of this super cool machine. And but its rival, the SR125, also has some super cool features. The engine performance is good, it has a bigger fuel tank capacity, and the front disc brake is quite better when compared to the NTORQ 125. But friends, for me, the Indian manufacturer TVS, and they have done an amazing job to create or craft this super cool machine, and I really love riding it on a daily basis. And if you are within a price budget of 65 to 75,000, I would suggest my friends to go for the TVS NTORQ 125, and you'll love riding it on a daily basis, friends. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe my channel and hit the like button, and we'll see in the upcoming video. Thank you, friends. Bye bye.